Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Monday, January 3rd. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about the tool of technical analysis and how it can be used to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. Before I get to the watch list, I want to just first personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering next week. So if you're liking what you see and want to learn more about the tool of technical analysis and how it can be used to build consistency as a trader, then definitely get signed up for the free class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link right down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, then somewhere right there on the webpage, there's going to be an area for you to click on. So just keep that in mind, and if you're liking what you see, then definitely get signed up for the free class. A couple of quick clarification points. First off, I will be doing the 30-minute time frame for all the different charts. So for a beginner, all that means is that each one of these candlesticks, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. And then next, the market is still open for a little bit of time. So that candle there will still be moving. I like to do these videos when the market's still open a little bit because sometimes we can capture some really interesting live action play out. But as far as the general levels that I'm going to be talking about, those will still pertain into next week. So first one here, ticker symbol NTRB, monster movement today. Fantastic volume. But what I like the most about this is a very, very, very well-defined pattern. So let me get this all drawn in a play here. So we have this resistance line right there as a top part of the pattern. We have this area of support down here at, let's see, what is that? 985 as the bottom part of this pattern. So actually, let me change that to green to represent more of the bullish attribute. And then maybe just to make this the easiest to see, let's just keep it all in color. So again, we have the resistance there. We have the support there. We have the big momentum move right there. And then for those of you that are more visual, we'll put a golf hole down here. So this would be known as a bull pennant pattern. And the reason why I emphasize a very well-defined pattern is while nothing is guaranteed, it's more than reasonable to think that because there are so many people watching this pattern, wondering the same things, and you can call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, but it's more than reasonable to think that if the price can get up there and then push up through that level, that a break of that level could very well create quite a bit of upside buying pressure. So if you like to play this price range and like to play bull pennant patterns, then definitely keep an eye on this one next week. Next one here, NIO, and overall the chart's hanging in there just fine. Made a very, very impressive move on Thursday. You can see from there all the way up there. And I bring that up just because to have the price pull back here a little bit, not a big deal at all. I mean, that was a huge move. You got to think, not to mention it's the last day of not only the week, but of the year. So you got to think that, yeah, there's probably some profit takers that showed up, but even that was in a very minimal amount. And, you know, how can I say that? Well, I mean, the clue right there is looking at that volume. It's not like this pullback is happening on a huge amount of volume, which would suggest a bunch of people dumping or getting out. Nothing like that. Just a very modest pullback. And in drawing what, happened today, we have ourselves another technical pattern here known as a bull flag pattern. So, it's really as straightforward as that. NIO, bull flag pattern headed into next week. And again, the flag is coming from the fact of, yeah, a little bit of pullback, a little bit of consolidation, but nothing crazy. And, from a volume analysis standpoint, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see lower volume during pullbacks, and that's what's going on here with NIO. So as far as, patterns are concerned, if you like to play bull flags, then certainly keep an eye on this one. Next one, AMC, and a rough day today. It broke down to the downside, but emphasis on today, meaning looking at just one day. If you take a step back and look at multiple days, then overall, I mean, it's kind of just same old, same old. What do I mean by that? And this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched past videos, but as I've talked about in the past, AMC is just in a big sideways range. Made a move up, now it's coming back down, and the price is still, up above the bottom part of that range. So overall, like I said, from a bigger picture point of view, it's just one and the same. The price is continuing to bounce back and forth. Now, if next week the price comes down on this green line and then just blasts down through it, okay, at that point, there's more of a bigger talking point to talk about. However, as of now, that hasn't happened. And, as past history suggests, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, there have been lots of bounces off that level. So does that mean that for sure, guaranteed, without doubt, this thing is going to bounce again? Of course not. No such thing as a guarantee. But is it a plausible thought to have that, that AMC could be getting ready to bounce off of the $27 mark? Yeah, that is very plausible based on the past history of things. So like I said, if all you cared about was today and you're a day trader and you bought right there, well then yeah, from that angle, the chart's looking really bad. But if you care about the grand scheme of things, like I said, it's still just stuck in that sideways channel. Next one here, ticker symbol BBIO, which let me add in a bit of context here, had just a nasty, nasty gap down several days ago. But since then, and I'll zoom back in, but just to kind of build some overall context, the price has been slowly but surely grinding back higher and higher. So that is definitely going to be the key overarching level of support, which is just a trend line there. So just keep in mind that's where that green line is coming from. But overall, that's really the main dynamic, is the price is very clearly bouncing right now. So that brings up the question is, okay, Clay, is the bounce remaining strong? Are things still healthy? And the most straightforward way to answer that question is just to watch the trend line right there, because as long as the price stays above an uptrending trend line, well, then by definition, that means the price is uptrending, which is what a truly bullish, truly strong move is going to do. So as far as, gauging the health of the current bounce, like I said, it's as simple as just watching that trend line right there. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, key battleground to watch headed into next week, going to be right there at about $17.10. Then if the price can break up through there, then you can see that things, again, once it starts to, open up, not that I'm saying it's going to, if it breaks there, it's going to go all the way up there and close the gap, up in the 40s, but that would signal another kind of miniature blue sky breakout into this territory of the chart. But yeah, overall, got to give credit where credit's due, a slow, methodical bounce, so we'll see if it carries into next week. Next one, PLTR, and overall, kind of a choppy day over the past few days, but like AMC, nothing is, has changed. You can see that, and this will mean, again, more to those of you that have watched past videos, but down here at this level of $17.80, the price has been hovering around here several times and has held strong. And as of now, even with the very rough latter part of the day here, you can see, like I said, the last candle right there still moving, and a red candle getting larger and larger. But even with that, I mean, look at all this space. Still plenty of space before this level down here at 1780 is even being threatened. So if I get it, there is a matter of perspective. If you're a day trader and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 10 minutes, well then, yeah, from that perspective, the chart looks terrible for you. But assuming you care about the grand scheme of things, yeah, annoying that the price is pulled back, but it's not like it's gone down there and violated the 1780 mark. If there are any other attempts in the upwards direction, definitely the key level of resistance at that point, all about that trend line right there, so keep an eye on that. But yeah, definitely a rough way to close out the week here, but like I said, it's still well above 1780, so let's see how it continues to play out next week. Next one here, AAPL, Apple, and overall I like this just because there's a couple of very well-defined levels that I think a lot of people will be watching. So going back to that comment I made earlier about self-fulfilling prophecies, but a level that I think a whole lot of people are going to be watching, longs and shorts and everybody in between, is at 177 mark. You can see previously 177 held as support. Fast forward to today, and sure, the price never hit it exactly, but I think we can all agree, definitely got within the general vicinity of 177 and held strong once again. So that's going to be one of those areas where if the price goes down there, you're going to have longs and shorts watching that level. The shorts, of course, you're going to be wondering, all right, if this breaks, is that going to start to, open up a lot more downside pressure? And then, of course, longs are going to be watching that and saying, all right, let's see if this thing can get the bounce upwards. So, clearly somebody's going to be right, somebody's going to be wrong. But that's why risk management matters so much. But that doesn't take away from the fact that 177 is going to be a very, monitored level next week. As far as levels of resistance are concerned, yeah, you still have this overarching level up here at the 181 mark. You get that extended out just so we can keep an overall eye on it. But more so in the near term, key level of resistance is going to be that purple line there, the 50-period moving average, currently valued at, let's just call it 179. So those will definitely be the main dynamics here. But I think the most interesting level that most people will be watching is going to be at 177. Next one here, AMD, and AMD is approaching maybe one of the most famous levels in all of charts, and that level is the 200-period moving average. Even if you have a basic understanding of technical charts, I'm sure you've heard of that 200-period moving average. And that's what we have here being denoted on the chart via that pink line right there. So it's not quite there, but it's getting close. So and like Apple with that 177 mark, you're going to have all sorts of people, long, shorts, everybody in between, watching and wondering about that level, which is currently valued at, let's just call it 142.40. So keep a close eye on that as that main level of support. And then as far as levels of resistance, just like Apple, and this is why I put them back to back, we have once again that purple line there, the 50-period moving average, acting as resistance. You can see it already started right there. And with now the downwards angle on it, that is displaying that there is some downwards pressure that has shown up. Doesn't mean that for sure that pink line is going to be broken, but I don't think anybody would be caught off surprise if that were to occur, given the downwards nature of things that have taken shape here. But overall, it is still AMD, very strong overall stock. But from a trading standpoint, certainly has given us some very interesting levels heading into next week, and why I think it should be on the watch list. Next one, NYMX, and yeah, the last 30 minutes there, it didn't ruin the chart, but it's not nearly as good of looking of a chart as it once was. I mean, brutal last 30 minutes. Huge red candle. Again, does that destroy the entire chart? It doesn't, but you know that there are some people buying right there for some sort of breakout, and those people are not probably going to have a very good New Year's Eve. But let's get some levels mapped out here. So the first key breakout point to watch, going to be right up there at $1.55. That's officially become a very well-established level. A couple of times, generally speaking, right there. And then, of course, in the afternoon, like I just talked about. So 155 remains that key breakout point. If you do like to play pullbacks, then an interesting pullback point that apparently after this last 30 minutes, that very well could be coming into play down here around the $1.24 mark. So keep an eye on that. But overall, from a bigger picture point of view and just general chart pattern perspective, we have the resistance there. We have the support there. We have the momentum move right there. So we have ourselves another bull flag pattern. Next one here is Tesla, TSLA, and I'm going to keep this very short and sweet because there's not a whole lot to talk about other than just continuing to update this pattern that I talked about in the previous video that is still holding strong, and that is this downwards channel here, which I'm going to go ahead and extend out once again just so we can continue to monitor this, like I said, moving forward. So there's the top of the channel, there's the bottom of the channel, and you can see that the price continues to respect it. There was a bit of a bounce late day, early in the morning with that nice surge right there, but then completely rolled back over. So this is still trending downwards within this channel. So, and again, I'm not trying to come across like this is a great discovery on my part or that I have some sort of special talent to have seen this downwards channel. I assure you people around the world have taken notice of this downwards channel, and they're all wondering the same thing. Who is ultimately going to win out? Are the bulls going to win out? And this is where the self-fulfilling prophecies come into play with a break to the upside. Or the bears going to win out, again, self-fulfilling prophecy as far as, bears are concerned, with a break to the downside. So that's definitely the main dynamic here headed into the new year. Which way is Tesla going to ultimately break in regards to this downwards channel? Next one here, ticker symbol CPOP. And let me first just extend this red line over. And this is from a previous watch list video I did, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you, but I wanted to do that because it really illustrates how good of a close this actually had. So made a move up early day, got rejected by that red line, came back down, consolidated, and then late day came back to life, and not only did it break above that red line, it just kept on going. So in all, a very nice breakout has occurred, which now brings about the more than valid question of, hey, is this right here? Is this breakout the start of something bigger? And as I've said in past videos, think about the question. In order to even ask that question, you need something to happen in the first place. And that quote-unquote something that happened here is that breakout. So is this breakout the start of something bigger? It very well could be. Now, that's not a guarantee of anything. Maybe this is a fake breakout and it goes back down. But that is a two-sided coin because, well, maybe this is the start of something bigger, and this thing just keeps on exploding upwards. So worth at least keeping an eye on to see if this breakout is going to lead to any sort of bigger moves next week. But overall, very, very nice way to close out the week and close out the year. So that wraps up the final top 10 list for the year of 2021. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool and how it can be used, how it should be used to build consistency as a trader, then definitely get signed up for the class. Like I said, it'll be next week, Thursday, January 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format, if you would like for me to continue to put these watch lists together, then please help me out with some communication by hitting that like button and leaving a simple comment. Say Happy New Year. Let me know what you traded today. Let me know what you're watching next week. But those two things, hitting the like button, leaving a simple comment, communicate to me that you enjoy these videos. And as long as I know you enjoy these videos, then I will continue to put in the time and effort to put the watch list together. Again, if you like what you saw here and want to learn more about this tool and how it can be used to build consistency, definitely get signed up for the new class. Everybody take care, and I wish you all a Happy New Year.